Okay, so I'd like to talk about a dream I had last night. It was pretty interesting, so I figured I'd talk about it. I had a dream that me and my parents were going to West Virginia to this family reunion we go to every year. And on the way there, we stopped somewhere, and it was, I can't remember what happened, how they got us, but these aliens got us, and they were like slimy, but they were like octopuses, but they didn't have the suction touch like octopuses do. They were just really slimy like octopuses, and they held us in this prison. And of course I was separated from my parents in the dream, and I was in a different cell, and the cells were just like gel cells, only they were bigger than gel cells. And they had bars just like gel cells, but they were really big, probably about bigger than my room. And all it had was like a recliner and a couch in the room, and the whole place was brick, sort of like it was had the architecture like Fort Macon, if you've ever been. Fort Macon, the fort, if anyone's ever been there, it was sort of, it wasn't Fort Macon, but it was bigger than Fort Macon. It was like Fort Macon, but it was bigger. And so I thought in the dream these slimy octopus-like creatures were going to eat us, and they were just keeping us in the gel so they could eat us. And I was in a separate place from my parents, and I was thinking about a lot of different things. I was just standing there waiting for something to happen, and nothing was happening. And I was thinking about my friend Shane. I thought, well, he'll be wondering what happened to me, and I was thinking about this joke he would always joke when someone was late or something. He'd always say, maybe they got abducted by aliens. And I was like, oh, he'll probably say that about me, and it'll be true. And so, right around then, I noticed that the cell door was it was sort of chained instead of locked with a lock. It was locked with a lock and chain, and the space between the wall and the door was just big enough that I could squeeze through. And so I squeezed through, and I got out, and I was going to escape because I didn't want these creatures to eat me, and I didn't know whether to just run and get help or go and find my parents. And I think I decided I was just going to run and find help. Well, anyway, I was walking, and I was out of the building when this lady grabbed me, and she was in like a uniform. It was a tan uniform, and it was sort of like a sheriff deputy, but it wasn't a sheriff deputy uniform. It was just like a sheriff deputy uniform, and I think it was some kind of military uniform. But it was tan, like a sheriff's deputy's uniform would be. And so she grabbed me, and I thought she was going to help me, but she put me back in the cell, and she was human, or she seemed human. I didn't know whether she was human or alien. And after that, I don't remember what happened after that, but next thing I knew, I was in some sort of cafeteria eating, and I still didn't see my parents, but there were some other people eating, and I didn't know who they were, so I didn't talk to them. I was worried about escaping, and so after that, after eating, I was back in the cell, and then people started magically appearing, like Tiffany, a girl I went to high school with. She magically appeared, and I was like, oh, thank goodness someone's here with me, because I was in there by myself, and I was scared. Then some other people appeared, and Tiffany was bossing them around, and it was around nighttime, and so I asked the lady, because she was some sort of caretaker, and So I came to the conclusion that we weren't on another planet, that we were either on an Earth-like planet or on the Earth, because everything, trees and grass and the sky was blue just like the Earth, and so I figured we were being held on some type of military base. And so I asked the lady for a cot, and she went to get it, and then after a while I woke up, and I felt weird when I woke up, like I was, what a relief, I'm safe in my own bed. It was glad it was all a dream. So that's my dream. Figured I'd talk about it, be entertaining.